What is up, YouTube? My name is Bella. You might know me as OnlyJayus. I am here with Jesse from LyonMentalHealth. We are going to be reacting and understanding your guys' dreams. We're going to do our best to try and understand what your subconscious is trying to tell you via your dreams, because all your dreams are is like just processing your day, right?
Yeah. Two important things, right? Anytime someone asks me about dreams, it's like, listen, it's simple. There's two things your brain's doing: new neural connections and deepening existing neural connections. So whatever you're dreaming about is trying to get better at what you already know, or to make sense of something new that you don't know.
Exactly. So if you want us to react to your dreams, all you gotta do is make a video, tell us about a weird dream you had at the Get Horizontal page over on TikTok. We'll watch it. You'll be on the dream show. But if you want to start understanding your own dreams, tracking that kind of stuff, you just have to check out the Awakened. I can't fucking do it. Okay.
It's so popular, I don't even have one.
It's sold out. Tracking your own dreams, understanding what your subconscious is trying to tell you on your own. I made the book Awaken. It's a little journal where you can understand and track your dreams. Check it out over on Amazon. Yeah. Okay. Let's just get into it. Let's watch the videos that people
Let's
send us.
fucking do it, dude.
Did you have a dream last night?
I've been having dreams of like I'm being proactive and I'm cleaning things up, and when I look down, my hands have like nails and tacks and thumbtacks like in the palms of my hand, and I don't quite know what that means.
Ooh, I don't like
Okay.
it. Ooh. I don't know if you're a
I
finger
don't.
person, but like I can't stand sticky fingers, or like I'm a little bit like sensory overload like that. Are you that way?
No, but I
You're fu-
understand.
Oh yeah, I know I can't sticky fingers or like tactile stuff. Oof. No, so tacks in
So
my hands?
the
No.
only thing I can really think of with like this one is like Jesus. Like I don't know if this person's religious or not, but like having like nails through the palms of your hands might be some sort of like religious thing going on there, but I don't necessarily know. And then like you're cleaning things, so there's got to be something there like in your waking life that you're trying to like clean up. What do you
Yeah, the
think with
cleanup
that one?
seems very straightforward, right? Like, you're cleaning up something in your life, you're trying to make things better. I mean, that's all of us in our lives. We're trying to make our lives better, we're trying to figure things out. But the thing that sticks out to me is like, pun intended, sticks out, right? The tacks and the thumbnails and whatever like in your hands is like, well, you're trying to clean up, but like this cleaning up of your life is causing you pain. And oftentimes dreams will show us things that we are like denying or repressing or ignoring. So it's like you may be trying to clean up your life, but it may be causing you some pain. You might want to think about how you're cleaning things up. Like oftentimes when we try and clean up our life, we'll actually do that by being self-deprecating instead of just moving on and being better. Like, you don't have to punish yourself in order to clean up your life, I guess is the point that I'm trying to get to. So it makes me wonder about that for this dreamer.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, and I think maybe for this dreamer, just like look at like what is actually going on in your life when you had this dream, and like try to like see if like what we're saying kind of sticks with it, and then like you said, just like try to look like adjust the way you're going about cleaning up your life, because there might be a better way to do it.
Yeah. I like the religious like piece to it as well, cuz like the idea of like the wounded healer is throughout all sorts of cultures. And so like I didn't even think about that until you said it, Bella, but like all throughout different stories and myths, you always have like the hero is always the one with like the thorn in their side or the arrow in their back or the nails in their hands. And so there is kind of like a spiritual metaphor there as well. Whether they're religious or not doesn't really matter, but it's part of this grand narrative of like the human journey, like the hero's journey. That's cool.
Yeah, and it doesn't necessarily even have to be like the religious part of it, because like you said, it's in all sorts of stories that we kind of have.
Yes.
You have a dream last night.
Okay, I had a dream, and well, Bella was there and me, and there was this butterfly box that I still have, and I got it a few years ago, and it had all my traumas, mental health issues, and bad memories, and they opened it, and then said I'm so sorry and hugged me, um, and then we like teleported to like this wax abandoned place. With then Bella said it looks wax, and I said, but I've been here in the house. But in my dream, I felt like it was my grandparents' house, but it wasn't. It didn't look like it at all. And the whole dream, I felt safe. Can you feel emotions in dreams? Well, I do, but like, is it normal? Anyway, bye.
Wow.
It is normal to feel emotions in dreams. I feel like that kind of is all the dream really is your emotions like being processed. The fact that I was in the dream means you're probably watching too much of my content. Not really. Keep watching, but more so that there's probably like, we talked about this last week, that there's an aspect of me and my behaviors, my qualities that you like, and so that's why I'm kind of like with you on this little adventure thing. Butterfly box, I'm not too sure what it means, but you're saying it had all the traumas and issues and bad memories inside of it, so when you opened it, teleported you? I'm really trying to understand. I think I might not understand fully like what exactly this is.
I think a butterfly box, and maybe I'll Google that like real quick, but I think a butterfly box is like it's like a type of journaling where like you put all of your traumas and memories inside of like a little box as like a therapeutic exercise. And so I think that's what this person's referring to. And so like you open it up, there's love, there's acceptance about it because of all the positive words. And then I'll say this about you, Bella, because, you know, because I could say it. What am I trying to say? I'll say this about you because I think of you as bigger than you probably think of yourself as being. You're a celebrity to most people. And when people dream about you, it's as if they dream about a celebrity because you are one. And so celebrities and dreaming about celebrities often means like, I wish I was valued. I wish I had attention. I wish people paid attention to me, watched me, listened to my stories. And so I think seeing you in conjunction with this like butterfly box is like, wow, I wish people paid attention to my story. I wish people saw this and valued this. Right. And you probably symbolize that, you know, psychological, mental health kind of intelligence for it. Dream progresses, teleport to grandparents' house, and there's this overwhelming feeling, this positive feeling of safety, of comfort. And so it's the mind thinking back to, hey, how do I get that safety? How do I get that comfort back in my life, despite all these traumas and things that I've been through?
I really, like, that makes a lot of sense, and I like that interpretation. The only thing that I guess I'm confused about is they're saying they felt safe, like their emotions like were, they felt like okay, but also that it was their grandparents' house, but it wasn't their grandparents' house. Does that mean anything, or is it your brain just not really able to completely process like, or like recreate what it was in real life? So
it's actually really normal. Like I get that one all the time. Like I was at my house, but it wasn't my house. I was at my parents' house, but it wasn't my parents' house. The emotional part of your brain doesn't really care about the details. It cares about the feelings. So like when you're in a certain place, it will feel like your grandparents' house, even though it doesn't look like your grandparents' house. And usually we don't put that together until we wake up, because then our thinking brain turns back on and you're like, well, it really felt like my grandparents' house, but come to think of it, it didn't look anything like my grandparents' house. That's actually very normal.
I have that a lot. I have that a lot with people in my dreams. Like, I'll be talking to somebody, and I'll be like, oh, this is my brother. But it's not actually even like my brother.
Not even close.
It feels like my brother. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the same thing? So, like, they still
very
felt
much
safe
the same
because
thing.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I always say, like,
All right.
let your emotions kind of guide your interpretation. Because if it feels like grandparents' house, it's grandparents' house. Like, don't question it. What you can notice, though, is, like, it felt like grandparents' house, but there were some things that were interesting about it or different about it. Those are probably important details that will tell you more about your relationship with your grandparents, your relationship with comfort and safety in your own life, those kind of things. So you can kind of dive deeper. But yeah, it doesn't have to look exactly like your brother or your grandparents' house for it to be your brother or your grandparents' house.
Okay. I feel like we unpacked that pretty well. But to answer the overall question is yes, you can feel emotions in dreams.
Oh, yeah.
That's really all it is. It's all up here. Coming in with a dream. Did you have a dream last night?
So I haven't had this dream in a few years, but I had it twice when I was growing up. And it involved this red hole in the front of one of the houses I grew up in. And the first thing I remember about it is me and my older brother were trying to cover this like glowing red hole with rocks. And in the middle of us trying to cover it with rocks, Woody from Toy Story comes up and tries to pull me in. And in the middle of him trying to pull me in and my older brother trying to pull me out, I wake up. And I've never been able to understand like what that means, because I really like Woody in Toy Story and all that. And I don't know, I've never been scared of them after that. Maybe you can help me figure that out.
Okay. So
Damn.
this is kind of like a little branch off before we come back to it. He's
Let's do
like,
it.
I've never been scared of Woody. Why was I scared of Woody in my dream? I don't know the answer to that, but to like kind of relate it to something is I was never really scared of Sully from Monsters Inc. But when I was a kid, I had a nightmare that Sully from Monsters Inc. scared me, as he does. He's a fucking monster. That's the point of the whole movie. But then
It
I
sure
was
is.
like terrified of Sully from Monsters Inc. Even though I used to be obsessed with him, and I never really understood why. So maybe you could like explain like why characters come into your dreams and scare you, even though you're not really like scared of them necessarily. But also the big glowing hole you and your brother are trying to like cover up kind of just sounds like Toy Story 3, but you're trying to cover it up for some reason with your brother. And then Woody like pulls you and he's pulling you trying to like save you away.
Yeah. So fun psychology fact for the day, right? There's an interesting story. So way back in the day, when they used to study psychology, but before they knew not to be terrible human beings about things, back before we had ethics in psychology and they did all these terrible experiments, there was this classic experiment with a baby and a white rabbit. So what they did, babies, I don't know if you know this, babies have two primal fears. Everything else is learned, like your fear of tests or fear of flying. You learn that stuff as you go throughout your life. But when you're born, you have two fears: loud noises and falling. That's it. So what they did is they would show this baby a cute little white bunny. And every time they showed this baby the cute little white bunny, they would blow an air horn. So mean. And so the baby would cry, right? And then they'd do it again. Bunny, air horn, bunny, air horn. Well, eventually the baby sees bunny and goes, "Oh my God!" And so the baby learned to be afraid of the bunny because it was paired with the air horn. Well, it got so bad that anytime something white and fluffy was around, even like, back then they would wear those boas, right? Even when someone wore a boa and entered into the room that was white, the baby would immediately start crying. This is psychology fact.
Shoot.
Right? So I'm thinking you've got Woody from Toy Story, or you've got Sully from Monsters, Inc. You're going through something personally, emotionally significant and intense in your life. And then your dream shows you this image along with that emotional intensity. Well, I now don't like Woody from Toy Story anymore. I now don't like Sully from Monsters, Inc. anymore because this neutral thing, or even positive thing, was paired with something very intense and emotional. So a little tangent, yes, but interesting to know and to see how things that like maybe are neutral or we like can get paired with something really emotionally intense like a fear, and then we don't like them anymore.
I have heard of that experiment before, and it's fucked up that they did that. But also now we
Super
have that
fucked up.
information, so like we know about it. But like, little fucked up. So that's interesting. So Taylor, I guess maybe like you said you hadn't had the dream in a couple years. Maybe like look back at like what was going on in that time. Like, was there something going on with your brother that for some reason it got paired with Woody?
Yeah. So
Trying to cover up the hole with rocks also is sticking out to me. I don't really know what that means.
Yeah. So there's a few assumptions in here. Like if I was working with this person like together, I would have a longer conversation. But my hunch, right? My hunch would be, you've got, remember, it was a red hole in their childhood home. So this is related to your mind when you were a child. And there's this hole. It makes me think of hell, like a red hole. Sounds like hell. And here's Woody trying to pull you back into your childhood mind. a childhood toy, a childhood character, and you and your brother are trying to cover it up. Hey, I don't want to get sucked back into the way that I used to think, maybe the trauma that I used to experience, maybe the hell that was the life I experienced when I was at home as a kid. I'm trying to cover this up, and my brother's trying to pull me out. Again, older brother, probably a symbol of like wisdom, probably a role model for this person, right? I'm trying to stay out of being sucked back into that hell that was the way I grew up. And so it's like, even though I like Woody, and even though I would like to be a child and just be loved and cared for and nurtured, I know that going back to my childhood mind, the things that I experienced back then, is probably really not good for me. That'd be my hunch.
Whoa. I love the way you do that. I love that it makes so much sense. Like you just went like so deep, and like I don't know this guy's story, but that sounds right to me, and like it kind of relates to like like whoa. I love that.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Sounds like there's some work to do. A huge proponent of therapy. I mean, I'm a counselor myself. Therapy helps, dude. I've been in therapy for years, and it's done wonders, man. Go back through some of that stuff, you know? Yeah.
I agree. Like therapy, I'm not in it anymore, but I was in it for years, and it really helped me like just like saying things like normal, and then having another person be like, that's not normal, like, and like unpack
right.
that like helped a lot. Like just like, oh, it wasn't, because like you don't know really what is and isn't normal just because like that's your life, you know, especially as a kid when things happen, like you're just like, oh, this is just life. It's like you know.
I remember the first time. Okay, so I have a question. When you close your eyes, I may have asked this before. When you close your eyes, can you picture things inside of your mind? Can you visualize them?
Sometimes, like
really interesting.
Sometimes, like it's that apple trick, right? It's like picture an apple.
Yeah.
How much of an apple can you picture? I'm usually like in the middle, somewhere. Like I can kind of picture an apple. I can't like when I'm dreaming, it's very vivid. Like I feel like I'm there, but just in like my waking life, I have a hard time like actually like visualizing.
Yeah.
But not too hard of a time. Like I still can see things.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm very low on the apple scale. I cannot visualize the apple really well. And I remember when I learned that people can like totally picture whole scenes, whole landscapes, like whole memories, and like see them inside their mind. And I'm like, that's normal? What I experience is not normal? Well, no wonder people can remember things and I can't remember stuff. Like it's those kind of moments where it's
people
like,
are remembering it
because they can see it. I can't see it. I'm like, that's so unfair.
Like that's wild to think that like your brain works in a different like way. Like some people don't have internal monologues. Like everybody kind of like, not everybody, but like most people when they think like talking to themselves, and some people just don't have that.
I'm one of those.
Like
It's
how
just
do you
quiet
think?
in
What do
here.
you mean you don't? That's weird.
I know it's weird. And then I realize people have a voice inside their head, and I'm like, you mean like schizophrenia? And they're like, no, it's normal. And I'm like, that's wild.
It's a normal voice.
The normal voice.
Schizophrenia is when the voice. The schizophrenia is when the voice and visuals get like too much out of hand, and like normal is just like it's normal. But like, oh man, yeah, that is weird to think about.
It's really weird. So, anyways, all that to kind of expound upon the dream, but therapy is wonderful because it helps you kind of realize some things like, oh, I thought everyone was experiencing that, or I thought this was normal. No, it's not normal. There's a way to be happier. There's a way to be more comfortable and more enjoyable with your life, and that's really cool. It's a great opportunity.
Therapy, do it. Also, what to do is let us know your dreams over on TikTok. Tag the Get Horizontal page. We want to react and unpack them for you because it's free. Therapy, you got to pay for it. Just tell me your dreams for free. We'll try our best. But also, if you got a little bit of money, you can check out The Awakened. I can't fucking be serious about this. I'm not holding the book.
You should. You can do something weird. You can like open your mouth, and it's in your mouth.
The Awakened journal. It's a 90-day journal to help you get better sleep, understand your dreams and just plan out your day a little bit longer. It's over on Amazon. All links down in the description. But yeah, again, tell us your dreams in a video. Make sure you check out Lyon's Mental Health, Jesse's page over there. Everything is going to be down in the description. All right? Anything you want to say, Jesse?
No, check it out. I just posted some videos about lucid dreaming. So if you want to learn more about dreams and stuff, Lyon Mental Health, that's my YouTube page. Come say hey, say what's up, and send us your dreams.
Send us your dreams. All right. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this, be sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new. We're getting really close to 5 million subs. That'd be super fucking cool. But yeah, I will see y'all next week. Bye.
Bye.